And welcome to the City of Isani City Council meeting for Tuesday, December 15th. Persistent to Minnesota Statute 13D.02, the public body has determined that the Isani City Council meeting will not be able to be held in person due to the COVID-19 pandemic, persistent to Minnesota Statute 13D.021. The City of Isani Council meeting will be held via telephone by using Zoom. With that being said, I'd like to call this meeting to order. If we could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Doing roll call, all council members are present. Is there any public comment at this time? No public comment. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Councilman Collison to adopt the agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Burgley. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Proclamations, commendations, and certified awards. We do have years of service awards. Obviously, they couldn't be present for those awards. Do we have a list of those? Yeah, I don't want to look at the packet. We do have 10 years of service. I'm going to probably hack their last names up. Josie, you could say Scott's last name better than me. Clercy. Josh Becker. Chief, you could say Noah's last name better than me. Bootsler and Brandon Oliver. 15 years, Jim Magner and Adam Gow. 20, what?
Jim Major.
Oh, it is Mager. Oh, Major. Okay. Sorry, Jim. 20 years of service, Dustin Noreen. We thank each and every one of these individuals for their years of service and hope there's many more to go. Approval of City Council minutes for December 1st, which was a regular meeting of City Council, November 4th, which was a Economic Development Authority meeting, and October 27th, which was a Park, Recreation, and Culture Board meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Collison. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Announcements. City offices will be closed Thursday, December 24th in observation of Christmas Eve, and Friday, December 25th in observation of Christmas Day. Friday, January 1st in observation of New Year's Day. City Council meeting will be Tuesday, January 5th at 7 p.m. with an EDA meeting immediately following the council meeting. Any council committee reports? None at this time. We'll move on to business items then. K1, City Council and Commission meeting dates for 2021. Ms. Wood?
All right, thank you, Mayor. We do have our 2021 meeting schedule within your packet. We follow suit with our first and third Tuesday of the month for our City Council meetings. Committee of the Whole is on the third Tuesday at 5 p.m. We also have Planning Commission on the 3rd, and then we also have EDA on the 1st, and Park Board will continue on the 4th Tuesday of the month, except for no meeting in December. We do have a shift to Wednesday on one of our months, which would be to observe National Night Out, or the Night to Unite. So our first August Council EDA meeting will be on Wednesday, August 4th.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve. Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Collison. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. K2, ordinance amending City Code, Chapter 160, fees.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Annually, we review the fees to make sure that they cover staff costs and just to make sure that nothing needs to be changed or amended depending on the cost that the city incurs. And this has been reviewed by Committee of the Whole. Nothing has changed, except for it was discussed at Committee of the Whole that we reduce fees at the athletic facilities and our park shelters to a 50% fee for nonprofits. So they would get that discount. That's included in this draft before you.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Collison. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. K3, ordinance amending City Code Chapter 262, sewer and water service charges.
Mayor and council, as discussed at Committee of the Whole, it was to keep our sewer and water rates flat or have a reduction. Those changes have been reflected within this, which gets put into City Code Chapter 262. It's as presented at the Committee of the Whole meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Burgley. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Moving to K4, ordinance amending the city zoning ordinance, Section 2, definition, and Section 15, fencing, screening, and landscaping. Ms. Selman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This was before the Planning Commission at their November meeting. Basically, what we're looking to do is update the ordinance definition Section 2 and then the landscaping definition to take out the specific standard that MnDOT puts forward for the soil, for our soils requirements. We want to take that out and just leave it to say MnDOT specifications, because that number could change within MnDOT, and then we'd have to amend our ordinance every year if they change that spec. So we just want to have it say MnDOT specifications, and then took out zoning administrator and placed it with community development director or designee.
Make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve by Councilman Lundin. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Councilman Gordon. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. K5, subsidy agreement for lights, the lamp, LED. Did I say that right? Light? Yeah.
Light the lamp.
Mr. Mayor, it's...
Light the lamp?
Yeah, light the lamp LED, also known as Wolf River Electric, also known as LTD LED. The official name that they have registered with the state is LTD LED. But in town, we know them as Light the Lamp LED and Wolf River Electric. Light the Lamp LED is the lighting part of the business, and then Wolf River Electric is the actual installer part of the business. So what we have before you is the business and subsidy agreement to sell them the shovel-ready sites. We're splitting that 15-acre parcel into 3 parcels, and we're selling them 2 for $1 each. This went through EDA, held a public hearing. No one was present for that. We entered into the purchase agreement, and so before you tonight is the subsidy agreement and the subsidies that we're giving them the land for $2.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilman Collison. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Burgley. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Moving on to K6, the 2021 Pavement Managing Engineering Services. Mr. Cook.
So this is just to continue staying on schedule with the pavement management plan that we've had in the capital improvement plan and currently in the current budget. If you look on the figure, this year would be central and northern portions of the city, including all Bluebird Park parking lots and the trails, as well as Credit Union Drive area and Main Street on the east side of the railroad tracks.
I'm sure we're gonna discuss that in the future. Do those parking lots need to be done? I mean, they seem like they're in really good shape, aren't they?
So they're just currently on the schedule to be essentially looked at. And so
Yeah.
same with the topic of seal coat versus mill and overlay. Once we're authorized to kind of move forward, we will essentially go re-analyze them.
Okay.
The city has had, I believe Jim do the actual pavement analysis every 2 or 3 years, which is just kind of what our program is to keep an eye on how they're trending. But on the day of the year of the slated work, you know, as the engineers, we'll go evaluate whether or not it actually was warranted or not, and then whether it needs to actually go from that just seal coat to the mill and overlay, and make the recommendation for what improvements to do.
Most of those areas, Councilmember Gordon, is that they need to be crack filled and seal coated.
Okay.
We just have a lot of grass, so that's gonna start breaking it apart.
Mm-hmm.
We do go through and spray to kill it, to try to prolong it. We've been doing that for a few years, so.
Okay.
A lot cheaper to crack, seal cracks and seal coat it than
Yeah,
replacing it.
I figured we'd discuss it down the road. I just was just curious, so
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Gordon. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. K7, the 2021 Storm System Maintenance Engineering Services.
So this, I guess, is to more or less wrap up the program that we've had in place for 5 years now. If you recall, last year, we flipped doing the area that was slated for 2020 so that we could have a chance to work with the county about getting them to do some maintenance on their actual ditch bottom, because currently all the culverts along Whiskey Road are essentially lower than the ditch bottom because they've just filled with sediment. And so we wouldn't really benefit from vacuuming out our culverts and then have them just sit there and get trapped. And so over this past year, I've had a few communications with the county engineer on the idea of getting them to schedule a ditch maintenance project. He more or less wasn't too motivated about it at this point because essentially there isn't a problem, admittedly. There's no water being, trapped that stays there longer. It soaks in within that 48 hours. That is what is considered like, infiltration. And so he's of the opinion it's more or less fine for now, and more or less is open to working with us down the road when there either is a problem or, they actually get it into their schedule. At this point, I'm more or less agreeing with them that there's no point in the city incurring the costs and might as well wait until it's a joint effort. And so if you look on this figure, now essentially we're looking at just doing the remaining areas of the program with all those culverts along Whiskey just being delayed until further notice, really. This is the last year of the program that gets our whole system up to snuff, up to what we were trying to be at, so that from here on in, it's just checking in on how the rest of the system is, making sure that they actually are working properly, and we'll only have to do minor, maintenance after this. These have been kind of larger projects to get up to where we want to be for the MS4 program that we're required to be in. And so, again, this is all in the capital improvement plan. This is to meet MS4 requirements coming from the stormwater utility fee that was established to get this all up to stuff and keep it monitored. So,
Jason, I have one question for you. South Passage between Madison and Cimarron, that retaining pond there. It doesn't look like they've done any of that shrubbing or any of that brush or anything in that retainage pond.
On the north side of
Yeah.
the passage?
Yeah.
Up there? That big open one?
Mm-hmm. You might want to take a look at that.
you're talking kind of the narrow, skinny one, right?
It's right in between Madison and Cimarron. That, right in that, in between those two, right on South Passage.
Sure. There's some brushing that needs to happen.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah, so at this point, admittedly, what we kind of prioritized were sediment having blocked aprons from even being able to discharge or, piling up, and like full-on trees, and specifically the ability to see these aprons and get access to them was what got prioritized for this first 5-year program. And so if the just majority of a pond was lighter brush, it essentially was, it's not in urgent need, so we were trying to get this program knocked out, and then anything identified from here would be the simple having Public Works get out and brush out things.
Because I thought we had gone through a lot of those retainage ponds and had done that already. And I noticed them, like, I drive by that one and every day I think about it. I was gonna call Matt and say, what's going on? I thought that was supposed to be addressed and done, and it was never done, and that's why I was questioning that.
I'll add it to the list and have the Public Works Director go out and take a look at it, because that is, if it's something that we can do in-house, we take care of it in-house, so I'll put it on his list.
Okay,
And to go back to the Whiskey Road, I mean, how is it not a problem when the water flows over the sidewalk and kids can't even use the sidewalk? Obviously, it's
on
not
that-
draining.
That east side, right?
Yeah.
The sidewalk's down near the bottom of the existing ditch. And it is that exact topic, you know,
The
that's
water
why.
sits there, it doesn't drain through the culvert.
Yeah, I guess and that's where we can continue to kind of push with the county to get it done. Because obviously, the county is open to the city, you know,
Doing it.
maintaining their
Oh,
dish.
sure.
But trying to
they
get
are.
them to agree to it, you know,
Yeah.
may just be the next step that we need to do to get a little, you know,
Get
more
some-
trying to push it or show more of the hazard, I guess, that could be existing, especially when there's ice up and things, on that segment, so.
I don't know, we gotta go out there and have Matt take pictures when it's over the sidewalk, and obviously it's visible, it's not draining.
Right.
And then send them to the county engineer saying,
Yeah, and that's
this is what we're
probably,
dealing with?
that's probably is a fantastic idea, I guess, specifically after the 48 hours, because technically their ditches are only designed to do that, so with our walk being on the bottom of it, it's, you know, they're kind of
Yeah.
saying that's the city's walk you put on the bottom, but as long as it's infiltrating within that 48 hours, it's functioning as a ditch would, and so that's where they're kind of, you know.
I think we could lean on Commissioner Waring on that also.
Sure.
Because he goes by it quite frequently too, and he probably doesn't pay any attention, but I think next time we do have that issue, we should maybe,
Bring it up and have them kind of keep an eye on it too, and
Yep.
see how it is a problem.
Taking photos of it would be a good idea to show them.
Yep,
We have Whiskey Pond, you know,
yeah,
and,
yep, with a walk on the bottom of it?
Yeah.
Yep. Sure.
any other questions or comments or concerns, or do I have a motion?
make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Collison. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Do I have an approval of the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Councilman Lundin and a second by Councilman Burgley. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Councilman Burgley and a second by Councilman Lundin. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Therefore, we stand adjourned.